clear. There's nothing in the EUA, the emergency use authorization documents, that says that giving you either of these vaccines will prevent you from getting infected with SARS-CoV-2. There is nothing in these EUAs that say you will not be able to transmit SARS-CoV-2 to somebody else.
Hey everybody, are you a little bit concerned about these vaccines that were rushed through with emergency approval to treat you or to prevent COVID? Well, today we have probably the best person on the planet to talk about this, because he can come at it from every angle. His name is Dr. Richard Fleming, and he is a doctor several times over. He's got a PhD in particle physics, true story. He is a cardiologist, a nuclear cardiologist, he's certified in positron emission tomography. See some of this stuff, I don't even know what it is. He's also a doctor of laws. He's got a JD degree. He's a researcher, an inventor, an author, and I've seen him now in several places with some mutual friends, and he just has so much knowledge in his head, it's hard to even imagine. In 1994, he presented to the American Heart Association his quote-unquote theory that cardiovascular disease was actually due to inflammation. That was back in 1994. Now it has become a well-known fact for decades. It was even highlighted in 2004 in a feature on ABC's 2020 News. He's got patents to his name. He's got the Fleming method patent, which covers all methods and devices able to measure metabolic and regional blood flow differences. And we could keep going on here. I think a lot of this stuff goes over all of our heads. But Dr. Fleming, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
So I want to start off by talking about COVID, which, of course, is on everybody's mind. And I saw some of the recent surveys, and it's hard to know what to believe from the fake media, but they say that everybody is concerned about COVID and they want Biden acting on COVID. What should we know about this disease? Explain the nature of the disease to us. How is it that it's actually harming people? And what should we be doing about it? And how should we be thinking about it?
Well, there's actually two things that kind of get run together when we talk about this virus. One is the virus itself, which is SARS-CoV-2. And the other is the consequence of people who don't do well when they get the virus, and that's what we call COVID, or coronavirus disease. And it's important to kind of distinguish the two.
So in this explosive interview with the New American Magazine's Alex Newman, Dr. Richard Fleming explains the enormous amount of deception surrounding COVID-19 treatments and the so-called vaccines. Dr. Fleming, a medical doctor who even has a law degree, argues that there is much evidence suggesting that the SARS-CoV-2 virus was created in a laboratory through U.S. taxpayer-funded gain-of-function research by scientists in America and Wuhan, China. He even names names. He also explains a great deal about the mRNA technology at the core of the COVID vaccines, which he warned is experimental and is not even approved by the FDA. Pointing to the emergency use authorization, Dr. Fleming said people are being misled and that authorities and medical professionals are failing to obtain informed consent before using the experimental vaccines on people. The doctor and expert in so many fields concludes by recalling the horrors perpetrated by Nazi medical professionals, warning doctors and policymakers to be very, very careful.